Former ALP leader Mark Latham set to join One Nation in stunning defection. Will lead party in New South Wales. Alright guys, so I am joined once again by Satellite of Discontent. Say hello.
Hello everyone.
How are you, buddy?
I'm good.
So we're going to talk about One Nation and Mark Latham joining political One Nation party. Let's jump into it. So, former federal Labor leader Mark Latham is set to join One Nation in stunning defection that will see him take a major role with the right-wing party. I'm surprised they didn't call it alt-right, but, it is the Daily Mail, so you know. The Daily Telegraph reported that Mark Latham will make an announcement tomorrow and is set to become the head of the New South Wales branch of the party rather than returning to the upcoming federal election. Sorry. You've only just got to watch this space, Mark Latham told 2GB Radio today when he was questioned about joining One Nation. So his leadership of the state branch would allow Pauline Hanson to remain the federal leader for the party. His former peers have not taken the news well, with former Tasmanian Labor Premier David Bartlett calling Mark Latham's sick, sad and a sorry loser. Mark Latham led Labor to political defeat in 2004 federal election, although he was credited with producing a better result than expected against long-term Liberal leader John Howard. He quit politics the following year, having only led the party for 13 months. Since that time, he has established himself as a prominent political commentator, advocating traditional values and railing against political correctness and the transformation of cities by mass migration. So he was fired as a Sky News host for questioning the sexuality of a male student featured in a story, but was later welcomed back on the network as a guest. He has a regular spot on Channel 7's Sunrise and writes for The Spectator and The Daily Telegraph. Last year, he announced he would be joining the Liberal Democrats, a libertarian party, but stood little chance of cementing David Lenhamjoy at the top of the ticket, or there being enough votes for the party to elect 2 senators. In an online argument earlier this year, Mark Latham was called a king rat by former Labor pawnbroker Graham Richardson for turning against the ALP. In leaving the Labor Party to join a political rival, Mark Latham followed the footsteps of former Prime Minister Billy Hughes, who was expelled from the ALP and subsequently led the Nationalist Party. Okay, so when I first heard he was joining, I thought, Labor Party member joining One Nation. But he actually, and something they don't mention here, he had a YouTube channel called the Mark Latham Outsiders. And he was pretty good on that. I think you actually said you actually watched it a few times.
Yeah. I used to watch it, not every day.
No,
but I watched quite a few episodes.
I think a lot of it was behind a paywall, actually. But yeah.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I watch it on YouTube, and the things he would say and the people he had on, he was pretty. He's pretty conservative. Yeah, I would say, I'm a pretty good conservative. Thumbs up, from me on that.
Yeah, and then he went and worked for Rebel, which is obviously right wing, so that's obviously interesting in itself as well. And
yeah, I mean, he took his he took the show, the Outsiders. He took it to the Rebel media.
Yes. They put him on board, and I don't know if he's still working for them or not. A lot of their stuff is behind a paywall once again, so it makes it really hard to watch the content as well. So look, at the end of the day, okay. So as long as Pauline Hanson and him don't butt heads, I think this is a good move.
I don't expect that they would. I mean, I don't know how far conservative she is, but I know that I mean, he practices what he preaches in the sense, he is a family man. We confirmed he's married.
Yep.
He has 3 kids. So having a politician who's also a family man is, a good thing.
Yep.
Because we find that a lot of politicians are just, singles and they don't have any kind of lived experience as the average Australian,
Well, I would say, look, being a single man myself, look, at the end of the day, I don't think I have any less lived experience than other people. Like, I was in a de facto relationship and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. I'm not trying to paint a broad brush on it. I'm just sort of saying, like, it's common in this area where they kind of sometimes miss gaps in policies when it comes to the family a little bit.
Yeah, like kids and stuff. I can I can understand that, I suppose. But then he'd also have other members to go through and do that as well. But yeah, he is a family man, so that's great, obviously, for that. Sorry, it's really early here in the morning. But yeah, I was going to say, but as for, I don't know, I worry him and her are going to butt heads. I worry that she is not going to be very happy if he decides to take a little bit of the reins. But that said, One Nation was getting pretty stale. So this is going to revitalise the party. This is obviously going to go through and encourage people to sort of take notice of it again. This will also give her the New South Wales to open up so that she can get the votes down there and stuff like that. So it should be the Queensland Senator, he'll be the New South Wales Senator. It's positive news, I think. I think it's actually quite good news. Yeah.
From what I understood from his content, a lot of his followers are probably centrists. And that is a great thing to have on the ticket. I would say that as long as she lets him have a face, have a face of One Nation, let him get out there, speak, be a face for the party in New South Wales. It's going to do a great thing for bringing in some centrist support. That's my take on that.
But then there's also the thing with her and Fraser Elling and everything like that, where she went through and fired him because of his quote misspoke. Whether it was right or wrong, I'd have to relook at the quote again. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. But like I say, she does have a bit of a habit of firing people for, getting when they get themselves in hot water and not remaining loyal to her, or her not remaining loyal to them. So, like I say, as long as she works with him, and this would be good too because he does have that social media aspect. He has that YouTube presence. He's been on YouTube and everything like that.
Yeah, he's well spoken.
Yeah, he's well spoken.
He's very well spoken, and he can carry a good conversation.
Yeah.
I think that charisma is great too.
The interesting thing, the interesting aspect of this, and the thing that I found most interesting was the attacks that are coming from the major political parties and the news. Look, at the end of the day, when mainstream media doesn't really seem to take much notice, I think it's obviously not much of a threat. But, we've already had Labor come out and criticise him for doing this, calling him a rat and everything like that. The news is running stories where apparently, from what I've read, Pauline Hanson and Mark Latham were double booked at the same time. So instead of dropping one of the interviews, she did one, he did the other interview, and the media decided to take it upon themselves to criticise him not being there, when it was just simply a case of, he's not here because you guys have literally double booked us, and he didn't want to drop the interview, which I think was a better idea, actually.
And do you think that's an accident? I don't know. I feel like maybe they didn't want them together.
Yeah, I think it sort of might be a narrative that they're trying to push, trying to push to divide in a party and, make it seem like it's not a succinct machine to sort of turn voters off. I think it's a complete load of crap for the moment. And I think what they did, look, accident or deliberate, I don't know. But I do find it funny that, that literally, they were double booked. So there's that. But I don't know. I think this is going to be positive for One Nation. At the end of the day, obviously she's going to get supporters. It's going to be great because obviously she's going to have someone to back her up who's well-spoken, who is conservative, who has been railing against PC, mass immigration and everything like that. All the usual talking points for a right-wing party. So, yeah, I think this is going to be good news. And the fact that the media is losing their shit over this, I think is a positive as well, to be honest. Normally you take the most flack when you're right over the fire, right over the target, so to speak. So I think it's definitely leading in the right direction.
If the mainstream gets annoyed, you're doing it right.
Exactly. I must be doing something wrong. The mainstream media is not getting annoyed. I'm just not big enough yet for them to take notice of. But what I was going to say was, look, I don't know, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on Mark Latham joining One Nation? Do you think this is a good thing? Do you think this is a bad thing? Do you think he's going to revitalise the party? Do you think he's going to screw it all up, maybe? I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If the video has been helpful, please smack a like. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great night and enjoy.